understanding. You do so with flexibility, not arrogance, not deception. And so that has worked out well for me. And I'm happy that today I'm serving as the lawmaker for Electoral District number 9 and chairman on the Committee on Rules, Order and Administration, the number 7 person in the legislature in this country, in the House of Representatives in this country. So that is all attributable to the deportment, the behavior, the experience and expertise we bring to the table. These things don't happen in vacuum. It happens when people observe your output, and based on that, they rally around you and give you responsibilities that creates an opportunity for you to serve a nation. And so far, so good. It's going well.
So what's your political affiliation as we speak?
I'm currently with the Congress for Democratic Change, which is one of the constituent parties for the Coalition for Democratic Change. I'm the vice chair for international affairs, of the Congress for Democratic Change. Again, I'm grateful that, my joining the party within a short space of time, I was elevated to that level based on what we bring to the table, based on our affinity, with one another, and our love for, contributing positively to this country in a way and manner that will uplift, our expectations, uplift our development agenda, and uplift our societal arrangements that can improve our lives.
So you are seeking re-election now in District number 9 as the representative. Tell us first, we want to just reflect on before you became the representative, because we want to have a fair appreciation of what you've done in the district since you've been at the legislature. What was the District number 9 in Nimba County that you inherited?
Well, thank you. And clearly, I'm seeking for re-election, and it's my prayer that indeed the citizens will give me that mandate again to serve in another 6 years. In District number 9, when we took over, and the way I like to look at things is, let's do the analysis, a comparative analysis of what was on the ground in 2017 and what we have now in 2023. That will give you a bird's eye view. You'll be able to conceptualize where we have come from to where we are now. We have several challenges, in District number 9. The road, a major challenge. Road rehabilitation, road connectivity, a major challenge. We had other infrastructure challenges. There were communities that didn't have school buildings at all. There are school buildings there now. We had educational need. People needed to have a high school in one of the regions, to cater and attend to the school age children at the high school level instead of leaving the community. We have provided that for them now. There were healthcare responsibilities, healthcare needs. The district health arrangement never been placed in the budget before, but Zigepa Health Center, which is a semi health center, if you will, comprehensive health center, if you will, is now in the budget. The amount is placed in the budget and has been there now for the service of the people. And we have constructed a clinic in one of the communities to serve and cater to our people. It is there now. And so the rural rehabilitation, we did some interventions for which vehicles are going up and down in the district. It is not completed. We must be fair to ourselves and fair to the rest of the process. But we can say to you, the challenges we had where getting to the district, will take you a day and a half or so to get there, is no longer there. Yes, you can go in there easily and come out easier than, when we inherited the responsibility of leadership. So those things are going on. Scholarship assistance, our students were perambulating all over the place looking for help. We are providing that help for them now, through our scholarship programs at the various institutions in this country. And the records are there. And so those are some of the things that, we met and have made some improvement, some level of enhancement, to the livelihood of the people. There were a need for one of the forests in one of the areas, to be managed so that there will be resources coming out of there to the benefit of the country, of the district. That is happening right now in the Blenheim area, where the company is now providing funding through the agreement, to the benefit of the district, and providing even yellow equipment to help them rehabilitate their roads.
Okay.
Those were never there, and they are there now. So with these kinds of things, we believe that we have made progress to the extent that progress must not be shortchanged, must not be thwarted or dwarfed. Yeah, we need to, since we are on the right trajectory, we need to continue, for another term to make sure that these things are empowered, these things are added upon, and the foundation is laid properly and strongly, for the future endeavors, for our district. To make that transition from the least developed district in district Nimba County to those districts that are developing well.
Okay, so you named some challenges that you met, and you were able to address some of them, though, like you said, like the road, the reference to the road, you haven't done that, 100%, though, but you've done something now. People can go into the districts. Before then, the road was not pliable. It was difficult for cars to go into the district. Also, you talk about education, but you were not, you were not clear on how many of the young people, the citizens of school-going age in the district that you were able to give scholarships to.
Well, we document these things, and just to give you a summary, a synopsis of what is going on. Let's take, for example, Nimba University. And may I say that I proffered a bill for Nimba Community College, Nimba County Community College, to be elevated to Nimba University.
Okay.
So to our credit, I'm proud that my colleagues at the legislature, accepted that bill, and Nimba Community College is now a full-fledged Nimba University. Now, if you go out there based on the records that we have, and those are verifiable, and that's what we like to do. When we state what we've done, we give particular instances that people can check. Yeah. So if you go to Nimba University, the records are there. The last arrangement was that students from, because we have 5 administrative districts in electoral district number 9, Mesono, the average number of students was about 21, 22 that we provided assistance to in Mesono administrative district. In Zela, about the same thing, 23, 24. In Do, 25, 26. Yeah, in Bidoru has a smaller number because there's a company in Bidoru that provides scholarship assistance.
Okay.
So by the time we usually get to them, they have already benefited, and to their credit, they don't want to double dip. So they just relax. So about 10 students or so are there.
Okay.
Yes. In Blenheim, the same number, about 20, 22 students, are benefiting from our assistance.
Okay. Well, what sort of scholarships are you giving them? Paying their entire tuition, or you giving them half and they finally half?
We pay the tuition and they pay the registration fees.
Okay.
Yes. As a matter of fact, in some of the institutions, yes, at the Nimba University, there's a public institution, so government pays the fees, the tuition. Then so the fees are left for the students to pay, where we step in, and contribute to that.
So were you looking for your loyalists, people who supported you, students who supported your dream, your aspiration of becoming a lawmaker, to pay that tuition, or they did it across the board?
It is across the board. Yes, because...
You sure of that?
Yes, because, our principle is when any of us has the opportunity, the capacity, the ability to assist, you should assist no matter who that person may be. Once they have the desire to receive that assistance and benefit themselves and move forward, we do that. But George, yes, Sober, and again, it's nothing strange. It's just disappointing that people who sat in class and benefited and received our support through their education, some of them are today insulting us, using us in the name of politics. But in my mind, I'm okay, because no amount of insult, no amount of disrespect will take anything away from me because I've built myself through the years. But it is they that I'm concerned about. You know, if your approach to leadership, to citizens of high profile, your elders, is to insult them, then that has a propensity to plague you in the future.
Surely.
Because these things are remembered, you know, by people. So people who we have nurtured or who we are nurturing, you know, are conducting themselves that way. Then you wonder, what kind of a future are they looking for when they call themselves and we refer to them as the future leaders of this country? And I'm saying it with a passion because I'm not going to stay on the stage, you know, forever.
Surely.
Some of them are going to come and replace us. But how are they going to do that when in the past, you know, they have been abrasive to their leaders? They have been disrespectful to their leaders. People will remember that and they will pay for it, you know, in a way and manner that when their development is thwarted, then they will want to blame somebody else.
Do you think they've been influenced to do it by your opponents?
Well, to me, we should be rational. Yes, we should have that ability, capacity to discern, to know that if you are coming to me as a leader to disrespect another person, why must I do that? When a person has not even done anything to me before, you know. So, but as a society in which we find ourselves,
Surely.
yes, and at the end of the day, we pray, get on our knees and pray for this country. And we pray for the inhabitants of this country, even to those who are acrimonious to us.
So we are hosting, listeners, we are hosting Representative Johnson Guagulu. He's from Nimba County, District Number 9. He's seeking re-election. Now, impacting the lives of your people. You spoke about education, you spoke about health, but you're not clear whether you were able to build health centers or clinics or whatever it is, or you were able to contribute drugs and medical supplies to clinics that are in operations there.
We have done all of that.
Okay.
You know, George, and let me just say that I thank God that He blessed me and gave me the capacity to be of value and of relevance to our district. Okay. And let me put it in this way. We have 9 other contestants in District Number 9. And, you know, many times you hear some of them say, there is no hand mark. You know, the honorable must be unseated because he has no hand mark. So I wonder, you know, Saba, if you say you are from Electoral District Number 9 and you have seen and been part of the electionary process, then how can you say, you know, there is no hand mark unless they do not know what hand mark is? And let me name some of the hand marks. Yeah, give me just a little bit of time. Yeah, for example, we start with Doe Administrative District. There are 2-3 contestants from Doe Administrative District. Some say there's no hand mark. Then in one of the towns that one of the contestants is from, a school that was a junior high school, through my influence and assistance, was elevated to a high school where his cousins, his nephews, his nieces are going to and obtaining high school education for the last 3 years. Then he says there is no hand mark. So I wonder, what is his definition of hand mark? You know, and you go to a town called Dumpa, I'm calling names of places. There's a market building there. It was never there before 2017. The biggest in the electoral district. They go and see it, and they say there is no hand mark. Then I wonder this person who cannot see and recognize a market building as a hand mark, says there's no hand mark, is he eligible to lead our district? Something is aloof. Something is not right. Some of them go and stand on a bridge that we have rehabilitated. They cross their cars on the bridge. They stand there and take photo. Then they say there's no hand mark. So I'm saying these things to just bring to the attention of our citizens. Be careful. People who ignore development come to you and say they want to do development. How is that possible? You know, so they must be careful. Okay. Then you go to other parts of the electoral district. You go to Zela Administrative District. Zela has a radio station. You know, that we constructed. We ordered the equipment from Belgium. We built a house, a radio house, not just a radio room. You know, that radio is playing 24/7, 99.1. You know, it's there, giving information. Then they say there's no hair mark. Then they say, oh, I dream about it. No, don't dream. You know, wake up from the sleep and do something.
Okay.
You know, yeah, put that dream into reality. Yeah, you got an administrative, district legislative office completed. Then you got a ferry that conveys vehicles from one point to the other between Brown County and Nimba County. So we talk about transportation, talk about road rehabilitation. Now, so you can go to electoral station over now, round trip. You can leave from here, go cross by the ferry, put your car there. Yeah, cross it with the car, go do what you want to do, come back.
Okay.
It never was like that before. It's not like that now. So these things are happening, and now people talk about no hair mark. Then you go to a community with another aspirant. All of us are invited there in his own town. You know, we go and carry the materials that they need to rehabilitate their school. You leave the materials there. You provide funding for the work to be done. Then the same representative aspirant who is there with you goes and tells you there's no hair mark. Then you wonder, you know, where school we all came from. Yeah.
Okay, so you've done.
When you talk about even health facilities,
Okay.
there's a town called Zanzi. Yeah. We constructed, along with the assistance of Acres of Hope Belgium. That NGO came here. The way things were, they got angry and went back. But I called them back. I said, no, my people need this clinic as a community clinic. They came and constructed it. That clinic is functioning fully, you know,
Okay.
with our assistance and support.
Okay.
So those are some of the things that are going on.
Okay, so you have your hand marks there. Now,
All of
so with all those hand marks you have, why are you seeking re-election?
Because I like it to be added upon. You know, we must be mindful. We must be careful. In the first year, if you notice, Soba, if you notice, all lawmakers, whether you're senator or you representative, you seek a second term. The reason is simple. The first term provides challenges, you know, that makes it difficult to realize all the interventions that you sought the responsibility for. The second time provides you much more flexibility. Then you understand the behavior of our citizens. You understand the inner workings of government. You know, you understand how you blend things together to add value to your leadership. That's why we like to see that continuity.
Okay.
Not perpetually, you know, but for at least 2 terms. Because what you've started must be added upon, you know, so that a better foundation can be laid. If you notice, many of those districts that have elected their leaders 2 to 3 times are better off. Because of just what I've said. You see, but if we go on and say, every term we change a leader every term, then it dwarfs, you know, the development agenda, because whoever comes in, you know, will bring their own program, and there's a general tendency that they may not look at existing programs that have not been completed.
Okay, are you care to know how many persons are contending against you?
There are 9.
9 persons.
Yeah, 9 persons, and
So what sets you apart from them, you think?
my ability to lead. And when you say leadership is abstract, but let me just give some examples of how the abstractness of leadership can be translated into reality. You know, I'm patient, very patient, tolerant. You need that tolerance and patience to listen to your citizens so that you can understand what they want and relate to them and respond to them.
Okay.
Yes, I provide guardians, you know, in whatever I do, you know, set people apart and do things peacefully. You know, I want people to coexist peacefully. There's nothing called, there must never be a permanent enmity against one another. No, people must be able to live in love and care. And I care for people.
Okay.
Anybody, even like I said, people who, quote unquote, for the sake of politics, being disrespectful. They still come in my fence, and I open doors for them because I want people to know that this life that we live, cannot be lived successfully in anger. It cannot be successfully lived when you have animosity against one another.
Okay.
Then I'm selfless. If you go to my house now, both in my district and where I live in Monrovia, I have not added anything new to it because whatever I have belongs to the district. It's based upon which I'm able to do those things that I'm talking about that I've done so far. So with that kind of, because we can't just say, oh, we want development. Then when the people say, come and help me build my school, you say, oh, that's not my responsibility. No, you have to find ways and means by which to make that happen for the citizens that you are representing. And so the people say they want market building. You can say, no, I'm not a construction man.
Yes.
You find way and rally the support for them to be able to realize what they want in the district. So that's what we've been doing, and that's what sets us apart, from our colleagues who are seeking, to be a representative of this district.
I'm sure you started campaigning already and giving messages to the people. How is that resonating with the people?
It's resonating very well. And as a matter of fact, I started the campaign since 2018 because you don't wait until October.
Yeah.
Then you start campaigning. No.
Okay.
We started and if you follow my track record, I've been such that whether I'm in political position or not, I'm always available for the people.
Okay.
With the people. When I was a president of the university, when I was president of the United Methodist University, I remained engaged, with the citizens, and since I took over day one, I started working along with them. What is it that is of interest to them? What is it that they like to see us, do for the district, in the district, with their support? And I always appreciate our citizens because even if you have the resources, the materials, and everything to do a project, if the citizens don't welcome that and work along with you, then it becomes problematic. But I appreciate them that they have been coming around for us to do this work together. I am in a legislative seat, but they are there supporting me through their cooperation, in terms of the projects that we do there. So yes, the campaign is going on, the visibility and the visitation is going on right now. And, we are very grateful. Every community will go in now. They endorse us resoundingly. The videos are there. The photos are there on social media.
So you're optimistic of winning the election?
I'm very optimistic of winning this election because my people appreciate, what we have done. My people, just don't listen to rhetorics. No. They don't listen to, oh, I will do this. I'm not a self-paid person, this and that. No, our people see the hand marks that we talk about and they appreciate it. Our people see the interventions that we have made in their lives. Our people see that when they are sick, we go and be in their, by their bedside. When they are getting married, we are there, standing by the church to make sure that goes well for them. When their children are getting out of high school, we make sure that graduation fees, are recognized and attended to. So all those things are what our people want. And therefore, our people appreciate that now their bitter ball, their pepper, their planting does not get rotten because it takes 2-3 days on the road. They go across the ferry with their produce and they are able to go into the market, sell their market. And I'm happy that there are several of them who recognize that. And when we go in these gatherings, the statements of endorsement include that.
Okay.
See, is that absolute? We got to be fair to the process. There are always opposition everywhere. Yes. So you find a packet of people who say, oh, the honorable, they know the same thing. No him, what has he done? Those questions don't annoy me. What have the honorable done is a question that I take as this person may not know. So I need just to let them know.
Surely.
What have you done? Yeah, then I educate them. I say, this is what we have done. Say, oh, Papa, we didn't know. Now you know.
Okay. So let's go on the national scene now, Representative Gwegulu. We have Lofa Bonk, Montserrat, Nimba, those candidates, major candidates. And you have your candidate, the president currently, seeking re-election as well. What are you hearing from the people of Nimba County, especially when they had a son in the election who's also going for the vice presidency?
Well, thank you. Yeah, let me just say this. I have every belief at this stage, at the way things are moving, that President George Manuel Weah will win re-election, hands down. Will win
one round?
Yes, one round. And so my passionate appeal to all the citizens, whether you belong to a different political party or whether they have a presidential candidate, come now. Let's make it happen. Be a part of the process. Be a part of the winning team so that we can make this happen, because no matter what happens, the way the citizens are moving tells me that indeed President Weah will win re-election. And so
in Nimba County, what are you hearing there? Because Kong is there.
Kong is not presidential.
He's vice presidential candidate.
He's vice presidential candidate. The head of the ticket is what we go for.
Okay.
So Nimba citizens must not dwell on the fact that we have a number two, or a president aspiring to be number two. We're looking for number one, and number one is what all of us are looking for in this country. So if people of Nimba say, "Oh, we must look for our number one," then they might as well go to honor Councillor Gonglo, because he's head of the ticket.
Your voice is against two. You have one of your major citizens, a very key citizen, Prince Johnson, also opting and advocating for the tickets of Kong and Baraka. You have others there. So how are you trying to ensure that people don't hear them, or people don't listen to what they have to say about Baraka and Kong?
That's the beauty of politics. The tolerance, democracy must allow other voices to be heard. And today, Senator Johnson, who I hold in high esteem and will continue to hold him in high esteem. That's my chairman, that's my evangelist, that's my, senator, and all of that. Chose today, to separate from his son that he brought to Nimba, 6 years ago, and say, this man is the man that we believe in, and you, the citizens of Nimba, should both vote for.
So what does it show on his part? The fact that he can separate from somebody he supported before?
Again, I don't know what his thought process is, but democracy allows that. And so far, we are accepting the fact that he's no longer, a supporter of President George Weah and the CDC. But history will go that was an error in judgment, and all of us at some point in time can make an error in judgment. And so if you're not afraid to make to make error, don't do anything. You see, so today, those who were with President Weah, including Senator Kong himself, who has been a good little brother to me, and I say that respectfully, we hold each other in high esteem, he calls me big brother, today, on this side, nothing wrong with that. The only thing is, at the end of the day, the results will show. And we say, oh, that was a mistake we made. But now, it's why we are saying that, no, we can go we can go castigate, we can go do all of those things because they made our judgment in error.
Okay.
You see, we can only say to our people, look, the time has come for the citizens of Nimba not to listen to one single voice anymore. You see, one single voice. We must have that ability, and we do have that ability. Let the Yana boys, be a part of the process. Let the motorcyclists be a part of the process. Let the market women be a part of the process. If we are who's sitting down here, who my people hold me in high esteem and respect me and take me as a key leader in Nimba County. No, everybody should not just listen to my one voice. You see, I will encourage them.
Do you think that one voice has already lost its usefulness?
Yes. Yes, it has. The one voice that we were listening to in Nimba is no longer
relevant anymore.
Yeah, no longer relevant. Is no longer relevant. We have conversations. We'll say, well, we've heard you, but we need to hear others. and so that
And now, one voice, you're making reference to Prince Johnson.
you old enough to, to be able to
Okay,
discern.
so we'll be opening the lines, Representative Gwaglo. But before then, I'm sure you're quite aware of authors who are in the race, like the former Vice President Joseph Human Boyka. Just quite recently, you heard what he had to say, talking about reducing the civil service when it gets to the presidency. How do you interpret, how do you analyze and tell the Liberian people that this is either a good election message or a bad election message?
I was listening to some of the recordings in the past, how some of these, our colleagues in the electionary process can be extreme. It's not good to talk too plenty. Yeah. You must be able to leave room, because this life that we see, it is not an exact science. Social sciences, the human behavior is not mathematics where 1 + 1 = 2. No, because circumstances can make people to conduct themselves and behave in certain way. So the position you didn't take yet, you want, reduce civil service? No, your statement must be to consider the reality on the ground to see how, your action will fit the bill. You see, that's the kind of thing that people should be talking. But, you aspire, and those are statements that the electorate must understand, because you can't get there. It is not in your own power. You're not going to be there and be a authoritative, autocratic president. You have the legislature to work with. You have the judiciary to work with. So how can you go there and say, oh, I'm going to scrap this, I'm going to scrap that? No. You see, you must be able to articulate to our people, those kinds of things that you will do to get the citizens involved.
Surely.
In the process of providing leadership for this country.
Okay.
So let all of us be careful with the kind of statements
apart from the statement about reducing civil service, you may be listening to the former vice president also campaigning that this government it's responsible for bringing in kush, the drug that some of our young people are taking now.
And what people do or say, they attribute these things to a particular regime which they themselves know is not correct. The misuse and abuse of drugs did not start in 2018. It has been an evolving situation for time immemorial, and in fact, we like to credit this government, and may I say particularly Thomas Goshua from Grand Bassa, who proffered this drugs bill, and today it has been signed and passed into law. If this government didn't care, was not concerned about the misuse of drugs in this country, they would not have passed that act, that has created a condition now for drugs, those who bring the drugs, or those who use it, or when they catch you, they will deal with you. You see, so no one can attribute any of those things. Government are not one day business. Government comes and government goes. All these ills in society, started from the inception of this country, and every government, every administration has played its part. So you want to tell me 2020, the administration before 2020, 2018, they didn't have no drugs in this country? They had drugs in this country. They had drugs. How to curtail it, was not done. And now people are trying to curtail it by this law that I just made reference to. So no, they cannot blame this government for the ills of society, because these things happen over. If you sit there and don't do anything about it, then you got a problem.
Surely.
Yes. But now something has been done about it in this country by this government.
So finally, before I open the lines, you also been hearing in the opposition bloc, some of the members there trying to beat war drum and take us back to the years of instability. Some are saying if there's only one round, it means that something future has happened, and the country will revisit the past. What is reaction to that?
Those are scary tactics. Nobody going to scare us or anything. Yeah, because I know that we will not. It never belongs to God. But God can answer prayers when you go to God honestly and with reverence. God will answer your prayer. There's no way that those of us who believe in Him and pray to Him reverently will allow us to go back, to the years of war in this country. No,
Okay.
the citizens will not allow that. It's doable. One round is doable.
Okay.
One round can be obtained and will be obtained without any, unwholesome practice. It will be the will and pleasure of the citizens. You see it. They say when the Christmas is going to be good, you know it by the eve. People talk about borrowed crowds. No. President Weah goes anywhere. You have any activity with the party, you see the number of people that go out there. And beyond that, just the discussion in the different communities, in the different districts, as we move around, you hear our people, recommitting themselves to electing this president. So it increases the propensity to have a one-round victory. So nobody can scare anybody here to say, oh, something will happen.
Okay.
Nothing will happen.
Nothing will happen. Look, I just received this text. It says, from Hassan Beledi, as a citizen of Nima County, hailing from District 7, I'm very proud of the Honorable this morning for all he has done in District 9. I admire his diction and his ideas. Maybe he could be the man Nima County can sell tomorrow as a presidential material. Pure eloquence. Bravo. Okay.
Thank you.
That's from one of the citizens there. That's some ability.
Yes.
So let me open the lines quickly. 0776540987. That's the alternative line. You don't call this number after this program, please. This line is a private line, but I just allow you to call it because I want you to have access, or I want you to have the time to also speak on some of the issues we are talking about here. Make your input. That's the reason why I often open this line for you. But the appropriate line is the 0880514-096, 0880514-096. That's the number to call, and you are live on the SMS. Good morning. Yes, good morning.
Good morning, so Honorable Johnson Driver is here.
Okay.
This procedure from that I hear from my country station number 7. So I have a few who register in station number 9. Even some of my colleagues who left from the capital building to register in station number 9. Because Honorable Corridor is he's a father to many children at the grounds of the capital where I work here. And like he registered, right? There are a lot of things that you can print off in station number 9 that Honorable Corridor say he took over the district. And he has done a lot of things that you can print off. So that would be a lot of reason that we are going to the ballot to reunite him.
Okay.
Represent the people of the country. And is not just for one man saying. And this person has done a lot of things so that the people of the country to see. Because we are not seeing individuals saying like what you stand to benefit, but what our country stands to benefit. That's what the man going to invest of. We are thanking for having me this morning.
Okay. Many thanks. Let me take this caller. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, this seems this caller is not ready. Let me take this other call on this line. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning, sir.
I'm privileged to call this morning, and I'm listening to the honorable man or the elaborate declaration, and I appreciate it a lot. And it's time that our people of Nima give back to President Weah what we have done for them. It's not time that one person will pull the people of Nima County by their nose. To all of the immense development President Weah has done in Nima, and you're not done it in our country. So we expect nothing less than 50% of the vote in Nima County. So Honorable Governor will be big as that. Because he's one of the outstanding lawmakers in the House of the full legislature. Thank you very much.
Many thanks. Many thanks. Many thanks. Good morning. Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm okay, sir.
Zero whiskey.
Let's hear from you.
This lawmaker has made my day. These are the people who want for them to remain in the house. Our Gongle is a man of wisdom. a man of wisdom, if he speaks, people listen. There are few things I catalog from his deliberation. One thing he said, don't listen to one verse. On earth, only doubt is the one verse that we should listen to. Human being, no. Don't listen to one verse. They make it as a practice to listen to one God, one verse. Man he will want to take the place of God. Secondly, these are tactics they are playing. That's correct. The people who beating war drums around here, they are not brave people, that scary people. Warrior don't talk plenty. Warrior go with action. You know, say, I come to do the war, I come to do the war. These are social political records. Lastly, the power that you have not taken, that why you possible, I will get another person salary, it means that you don't have meshes. Thank you very much. Keep on. We pray that you be re-elected. Thank you.
Many thanks. Take this call on the line. Good morning. Good morning. Hello?
Yeah, good morning, and good morning to your studio guests.
Okay, let's hear from you.
My name is Kewu Hussein X, and I phone in from around Broadview. So let me say thank you to your studio guest for his period deliberation. He spoke quite well, very eloquent. I'm one person who believes in the lawmakers from Nima County. I hail from Great Cape, but I trust in the leadership ability of all of the lawmakers from Nima, not his safety. But this is my concern. As Sabah asked question, Ambassador Baka said that the government was importing food in Liberia. And he didn't mean that the government have to sponsor a pay for food coming to Liberia. He spoke in the context. That is, there is a requisite authority that is spoke for spearheading some of these, issues that would not uphold. Now, let's take, for example, the DEA. I think the DEA should be responsible to ensure that those bad substances does not enter the country. So if the DEA is laissez-faire in carrying on its function, then they are giving authority to those who bring in those bad substances. I think that's what he meant. So if the president, who is the head of the executive, the head of government, should instruct those who are in authority to ensure that there is measure put in place that those things are curtailed or are put to stop, that our people, young people, cannot be affected. This is why President Obama met. He doesn't say that the president is importing food. I think.
Okay. You made your point already.
Okay.
Let's take this other call on the line. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Yeah, my name is Maurice Pastor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me thank you to the honorable. For me, I'm not from Nimakari, from Granky Makari, but they may always listen to anything you get, any platform. We always do the thing and get out listen to him. They kind of working experience in here. That people that will need to go to and that of food experience. I heard of knowledge from to other people to advance other people to other people in the country. Because government, I know you personally, I don't laugh. But we won't party. I'll go to the campus. The yes, Maurice Pastor.
Okay. Okay. You made your point already. Let's take this other caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning, honorable.
Good morning.
My name is Chief Nathan Kiajonji from Kiana Grandpa. Someone I listen to the honorable, they have spoken well, and there's no representative that is most developmental oriented than Honorable Johnson Kwaito, especially when it comes to district number 9 in Nima County. So, honorable, your re-election is sure, and we can assure you that we will go all in the district to govern our people, to support you, and then come 2023, next year, January, you'll be a next representative for district number 9. Thank you.
Many thanks. Let's see what I can take this caller on the line. Okay, this caller has left the line. 0776-540-987. This caller is back. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Saba.
Good morning, Mama.
Yeah, this is Maurita Tori, President for Chicken Party.
Let's hear from you, Mama Dome.
Yeah, Saba, first of all, I want to tell your studio guys thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to tell your studio guys thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Saba, I like the way you talk. You can be here, county, then one may control the whole entire county. Their error they continue to make them talking. They have good people from that era. They have people, qualified people. The one that Prince Johnson for has gone. They are getting 18 years. They shouldn't get all 27 years. We never sure when we get back to the top man, we get 27 years and nothing we ever to see in a country. So they might not make that mistake because when he ready, he's selling the people and he get the money put in the pocket. They're not developing in our own country. So they might not continue to make that mistake. That thing again is okay. Let us try another challenge. Thank you.
Many thanks. Let's take this caller. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I'm your Senator Parker Berman, and I join you from my electoral district.
Let's hear from you.
Okay. I want to take this time to comment on Joseph Gregor for the more what that you are doing in the district in the country. Hello?
Just go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, Honorable Joseph Gregor, that is this year, he has to agree for farming, elementary juniors, he has to. What our brother and sister will agree, no longer pay that way to go. That time to this is every time, but then anyone has to. So within this day, I want to encourage all of my brothers and sisters to agree and do administrative district to really let on Joseph Gregor for the moral development to continuously the continuity in our district.
Okay. Many thanks. Let's take this caller. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Good morning. Hello? Good morning. Okay, it seems this caller is not ready. Let me take this other caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. George.
Yes, sir.
My name is Camille Bridges Jr. I'm the chair of the Citizen Legislative Staff Association. I'm calling this morning from my Capitol Building office.
Okay.
Well, Mr. George, Dr. Johnson Gregor is a true human being, as we're saying in our Liberian Palang. He listens to everyone across the earth. He doesn't pick and choose. And especially is working as a chair of the rules, order, and administration. I think you can see so simply at the Capitol nowadays. It is because of Honorable Johnson Gregor that we have serious stability when it comes to the staffers' welfare and staffers' safety. So we just want to commend him to continue to do what is best for the Liberian people and the workers of the Honorable House of Representatives.
Okay.
My question is, we are back on a special session, and as a leader, you know, my guys are on my back, and they are always asking if we will be factor in a special session.
Okay.
That's my question to the Honorable Chair.
Okay. You'll respond to that. Don't worry. You respond to that. He laughs. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Philly White Greets from District 9. But right now, stopping at the EFW Junction, I came to Monrovia for something.
Okay.
But I just want to tell us, the District 9 people, that while all he was is what he's saying over the radio, everybody that's listening to him is not just using rhetorics. No, he is really doing those things, and those qualities that he's saying, they are all part of him. So if we mix him, this election is like mixing the whole sea while you are standing over it with a bow and arrow. Thank you.
Well, okay, let's take to more calls and wrap it up quickly. Good morning.
Good morning, Shabba. I'm Agnes here, Jerry, and I do join you from Vonjama, Lofa County.
Okay.
Let me say thank you so much for hosting your studio guest, and big thanks and appreciation to your studio guest this morning.
Thank you.
I sat quietly and I listened to everything he said. So I'm so impressed. I'm so proud of that young man. And my prayer for him is whatever he's desiring to help the people of this nation, his dream shall come to pass. These are the people we are looking for in society. We believe in development. We want to see our countries to be like other or more than other. So, Mr. Honorable Man, thank you. Continue your hard work and don't forget about God. And to know you are working out hard for your people and certifying what God wants you to do, and know you are doing it. Don't worry, victorious is sure. Thank you so much.
Okay, so let me take this last caller quickly. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. Good morning.
Hello. Yes, come on.
Oh, it seems like this caller is not ready. So let me just go back to so the guests to respond. Let me see what's happening. Good morning.
Good morning, Starbuck.
Good morning, sir.
To Honorable Johnson and Gueblo. My name is Lawrence Sam. I do join you from Massachusetts County, Electoral District Matua, to be special on the JPM Freeway. Thank you. I heard from Nimba County Electoral District number 9 that Johnson and Gueblo is representing. Thank you for giving me the platform this morning. Honorable Johnson Gueblo, thank you for your level of deliberation. We say bravo to you. But my question is, how many students you are ever get scholarship to in Green Administrative District that our lawyers are here from?
Okay, the middle point over there. You asked a question over there, so Rep.
Yes, thank you. The last question just gives me the opportunity to repeat what I said, just for people to understand. Maybe he was not on the radio, when we're talking. Blenheim Administrative District, you check the records, there are at least 22 persons, who have benefited from our direct, not indirect, or direct, sponsorship, at the Nimba University, some of them at the United Methodist University, some of them at University of Liberia. As a matter of fact, there's a gentleman, and this fellow knows him. They call him Gatsini, Timothy, and I have a project for students that he can bring to me to support at the University of Liberia. Again, when I say things clearly with people that you can go and verify. So let Lawrence go to Timothy Gatsini. He and Timothy will talk about that one day. Clearly, students he has brought to me to sponsor. So there are at least 23 persons from Blenheim that we have supported, directly. But I'd like to say a big thank you and appreciation to all the callers. The gentleman about the drug issue, that's why a second term is much more productive than the first term, because President Weah, has this leadership characteristics, whereas he's a hands-off person, gives you responsibility, he likes you to perform. So if that practice is not being adhered to by people that will help the nation, you can rest assured that adjustments will be made, and if you DA man and you are DA woman and you're allowing drugs to come into this country, action will be taken to correct it. And if that correction means getting you off the scene in terms of replacing you, I'm sure that will happen. So those are some of the things that can happen in leadership. But I'd like to say thank you. Thank you to all of you who called. We'll continue to revere God. We'll continue to ask Him, to lead us and to guide us, to give us wisdom, because that's the only way we can help our people, to advance their own lives and society.
Okay, Representative Dr. Johnson Gueblo, many thanks for taking time off your busy schedule to appear on the Super Money Show this morning.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being with you, Saba, and thank you to you and your colleagues and your team members.
Okay.
Thank you.